This is, it's called prickly ash. It's Sichuan peppers, except that it's got more of a lime flavor. It is really numbing. Wild chrysanthemum, we pick the flowers, which are really aromatic, and we dry them and we make tea from them. These are so beautiful, lots of chef loves them. Wood sorrows, and they're nice and tart. And the entire plant is edible.
So you can eat. I love this.
Welcome to Hong Kong. Population 7.4 million. One of the most densely populated cities in the world. Yet 75% of the land is countryside, a mixture of farmland and protected parks.
So if you look at pictures of Hong Kong in the 30s up to the 50s, you'll see pictures of Victoria Harbour with a beautiful Chinese junk ship, and the background of it is a peak, and it's completely bald and denuded of vegetation. The government started to replant in the 1970s, and a lot of the woodland that you see around us are actually secondary growth. It's green all year round, so there are plants and herbs that grow all seasons. My name's Wanda, I'm Chinese Canadian, and I'm an educator and forager. On my father's side, they're all Chinese herbalists for 4 or 5 generations already. And my maternal grandparents in Canada, they have a farm. A small farmstead. So I never thought that it was something that I picked up, because I had to learn it, but it was sort of just everyday life.
I hung out with Wanda for a day and learned about some edible wild plants, like this mimosa bean with its savory, delicious pods.
I think it's actually really aromatic. And you can kind of taste that with the curry.
Yeah.
Right? And it brings out the taste of the curry.
And there was the Malabar spinach, which had a texture similar to okra.
Yeah, it is like okra. The Indians use this instead of spinach sometimes to make the palak paneer. This is in the nightshade family. Yeah, so it's really edible. I've made pies out of this, like instead of using spinach. When I started working in Hong Kong, I would just do hikes, and it wasn't really forage-oriented. And I would go into these villages that I would pick up some, vegetables or herbs that I recognized, and elderlies would come up to me and said, "Oh, how do you know that that's edible?" Or "What are you using that for?" And we would have these conversations. And one woman told me that, her family survived the Japanese invasion by eating wild herbs, and some of it they didn't even know if it was fully edible. It was trial and error. And so I learned a lot from that as well.
There are over 3,300 plant species in Hong Kong, and while not all of them are edible, a great handful of them are.
Yes, there are certain ones that are poisonous, but I would say 2,600 of them are edible, and the other ones are slightly toxic, and then you've got maybe 5 that's poisonous. It's really important that just because you recognize something, it doesn't mean that you can put it in your mouth, especially in the parks and in the areas around Hong Kong. It's really heavily sprayed, especially with the last case of dengue. There's mosquito sprays, pesticide, and all of that. I think environmentally, it's just far better for the environment if we can just have a range of plants in our diet, as well as not having to actually grow them, but just letting them grow on the side of hills.
To top it off, many wild plants are actually more nutritious than their domesticated counterparts. Consider the dandelion. Found all over the world, it's from the same family as lettuce, but contains much more vitamin A, C, and K. So why don't we eat it? Because many people see it as a weed, and from a culinary standpoint, it can be, quite bitter.
So I think that, our palate is sort of tampered with. We have lost the sort of taste for things that are bitter, or that's more tart, or that it's more slightly astringent. This is Ipal. It's bitter. I love that taste. The locals actually will pick this during April, and then they would grind it into the pulp and then just take the juice, and they knead that with dough, and they would actually make pastry from that. I actually use it as a mosquito coil. I just get lots of them, and then I just wrap it up and I just light it. So here's the shell ginger leaf. The leaves can be used to wrap Chinese dumplings. So you just kind of turn them in like this, and then you put rice in them, and then you can wrap them up. In the summer, one of my favorite is the burr marigold, because it's so abundant. I can chop it up in a stir fry. I can make scrambled eggs with it. The tribal people in China, the minorities, as well as throughout Indonesia and Thailand, I mean, they know so much of this sort of organic herbal knowledge and what is edible and what is not. Yet when you speak to them, a lot of them don't value this knowledge. One of the most common sayings is that, well, this is for the poor. Whereas in the West, I think there's a whole renaissance, of people going back to foraging. The little that I can do is actually to take people out and actually talk a little bit about this, and that somehow this that's been passed down to me, that gets passed down to someone else.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to Goldthread for more. Oh, it's kind of bitter.
Say it one more time.
I just ate it.
The whole thing.
Hey everyone, we are really interested in your feedback. If you like this video or want to know more about foraging, please leave your comments below. Hey Nick, are you done with the video yet?